What's going on, everybody? Alex here from the Football Guys. Talk about sleepers to snag before your fantasy football championship. Today, we're talking about one player from each position that you need to go out and get because they could be super, super valuable for your championship week roster, as you are going to be either winning all your money this week and all the bragging rights that come along with it or not. But let's jump right into it with the starting quarterback that you want to be go getting, and that is Trey Lance. Jimmy Garoppolo is unlikely to play versus Houston this week. There is reports that he has a chance to play, but usually that does not mean they play. And for Trey Lance in one start this year, he had 15.5 fantasy points while scoring 0 touchdowns versus the fourth toughest team against QBs and completing just 51% of his passes. And now he gets a huge upgraded matchup where he plays Houston, who's middle of the pack versus QBs. He has insane weapons. In the last game that he started for Trey Lance, he had 89 rush yards. And he has more practice experience. His last start was in week 5, so he's a lot more experienced now. And Kyle Shanahan himself said that this was the best month of practice Trey Lance had all season. He's looking so much better. But again, the thing that I want to highlight more than anything is the fact that he scored 15.5 fantasy points while playing a super difficult team, completing just half of his passes. And now he gets a much better weapon, more practice experience, and he's a rushing monster. The upside is absolutely unlimited. Trey Lance is a super good start this week. He's a top 10 play for me if he ends up starting for the 49ers. My running back play this week is Dare Ogunbowale. With James Robinson tearing his Achilles, Ogunbowale had 17 carries and 4 targets for 59 total yards and a touchdown versus the Jets. This week he gets New England, who's middle of the pack at running back. 14th most points allowed this season, 9th most over the last 5 weeks, and 5th most points allowed to running backs over the last 3 weeks. They're very sneaky good play. There's not many guys that you can get that can get 20 touches a game at running back that you can get off waivers right now. And he has a pretty good matchup in the final week. I know the Patriots are an intimidating name, but they've been very weak against running backs lately. I think that Dare Ogunbowale is a very sneaky good pick this week. At wide receiver this week, it's Elijah Moore. So many people are doubting Elijah Moore, and I just don't get it. He should be back from IR this week, and he should play. And he's had 7+ points in half PPR in 7 straight games. He's had 10+ points in 6 of his last 7 games. He's the clear wide receiver 1 with Corey Davis out and Jamison Crowder potentially being inactive, who didn't even take over as the wide receiver 1. And they're playing the Tampa Bay Bucks, middle of the pack against wide receivers. And Elijah Moore has had the clear number 1 target in this offense. And in his last 7 starts, he's had averaged 14.7 fantasy points per game, which over a full season would be the wide receiver 6 in half PPR. Doesn't mean he's going to put up a top 10 performance this week, but he's a much better play than people make him out to be, and he is on waivers in way too many leagues. If he's out there, you got to pick him up and play him. And finally, at tight end, it's Foster Moreau. Darren Waller could play this week. He's missed 3 straight games. He just got put on the COVID list today, so it does not seem like he's going to play. And Foster Moreau's had 7.3+ fantasy points in 2 straight games and gets the Colts, who have allowed the 4th most points this year and the 3rd most fantasy points over the last 5 weeks to tight ends. Over these last 2 weeks, he's averaging 6.5 targets, 5.5 catches, and 66 total receiving yards. Foster Moreau is a really excellent play this week if you can go grab him. It does not seem like Darren Waller is going to play, which make Foster Moreau a really awesome play. Definitely think about picking him up. But that is it for one player to snag at every single position for your championship weeks this week. I hope you guys are able to go out and grab these guys, and I hope all these guys help you win your championship this week, whether for the money or the bragging rights or whatever else you're playing for. I hope that you were able to win. But that is it. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us what the best pick you thought there was in this video. So that is it. As always, please subscribe to the Football Guys and keep enjoying more content that is coming out every single